try this one more time. We have had 2 unsuccessful starts to this. So the third time around, we're going to start over. This is Chris with Black Metal Artist Promotion, and this is Vegard Evenson, all the way from Norway. So, so you don't have to repeat yourself again and go through the whole 9 yards. You have been in quite a few bands that you have been the bass member for. You have been the guy who started Stormfront, Stigmar, correct? And yeah, because I'm gonna butcher these names. I'm so sorry. Americans can never pronounce anything right.
So, and of course, we had to make Norwegian names on them to make it even more difficult.
Well, hey, it's not Icelandic. I mean, in Iceland, it's pretty difficult. I mean, there's a volcano with a name about this long, and there's no vowels in it. So, yeah, it could be much worse. Basically, after reading everything I have about you, and I think I've got your music playing behind me. It's not very loud. I think I'll turn it up a little bit. I was listening to this yesterday, and from the moment I turned it on, the very beginning was very atmospheric, and it kind of puts you in a place. And I don't know what you were going for there, but man, I'll tell you what, I started listening, and I just kind of drifted there for a minute, and then the first song came on, and it was like it hit you really hard. So obviously there's talent there, and you make great music. So why have there been so many unsuccessful tries at getting these bands to actually work in your favor?
That's a very good question. We long talked about restarting Stormfront in 2009. Me and the first drummer. But he decided he wouldn't join after all because he hadn't touched any instrument in many years. So I decided, why not do it alone? So I started, and I got hold of my former member of Stigmar and asked him if he wanted to do drums and bass. So we recorded 3 songs, and suddenly he moved away, and he moved so far that I didn't see him maybe more than a couple of times a year.
Oh, wow.
And when he moved back here to Lillehammer, he started working as a mechanic, and he injured his left index finger and had to amputate it.
Oh, no. That's not good. Yeah. Wow.
So he just decided to quit music business for good.
Oh, man. But you're still doing music yourself. Yeah. So, but you're primarily a one-man band right now. So you're responsible for the drums, the vocals, the guitars, the bass, correct?
Yeah, right now. But I got some interesting secrets about a new drummer.
Good. Oh, can you share? Tell us. Or you want to wait until it's a done thing?
I have recorded the next song and sent to him, so he's practicing it right now. So
awesome. Well, I mean, you're in Norway, and I mean it's the biggest black metal country in the world. I mean, it's literally Norway, and then you kind of move over to Sweden, which has some black metal, but symphonic death metal, and they're more death metal, but there are black metal artists there. So with being where you're at, I would just think that people would come to you and say, hey, I'll be your guitarist, I'll be your drummer, I'll be your bassist. I'm surprised that you're having a difficult time.
Yeah, I'm not recruiting so very much.
Okay.
I have no pressure or anything. I just do it when I feel for it. I don't want to be... I just want to be independent. Really.
Well, I have to tell you, I feel like I have been really missing out on something good, because I mean, I've listened to this yesterday, and it's really good. And this is going to sound really bad, but you can't listen to 10 black metal bands and say they're all great. Because I mean, they might have a good song or they might have good riffs, but it's hard to have a good singer. It's hard to have great riffs, great drums. and something that isn't very repetitive, because there are some bands where it's just, and I'm seeing it now with doing interviews and talking to band members. I'm getting people that are younger and younger and younger, and they seem to think it's okay if they just start screaming into a microphone. And I'm thinking, that's not singing. That's not an art form. So I was listening to you, and I really feel like I've been missing out on something really good. So, during this pandemic, have you been working on more so we can get more music from you?
I'm working on my other band right now, which is named Sigurd Glaciers.
Okay. Is there anything that you can give us as far as links once this interview's over, so I can post and let people? Well, one, I want to make sure that they know about your Facebook page, your Instagram, because I know you still have merchandise left from Stormfront, and I'm going to be on that trip. I'm going to buy. There you go. I'll be getting the patch. I'll be buying the album. So with the new band, after this is over, send me the information and any links you want me to post. I'm going to post them for you, because I think people are going to really like hearing you a lot.
Thank you.
So what else can you tell us that maybe you have in store for the rest of this year?
We're in Secret Glaciers. We're hoping to record our second album and hopefully release 2 albums at the same year.
Do you have a label that has picked you up, or
maybe?
I'm seeing that. I've noticed that a lot of bands right now who have lost their labels for whatever reason because of the pandemic. It's not whatever reason. It is the pandemic. There's been labels where the artist just couldn't, obviously nobody could tour. And now things are starting to pick up. And I'm starting to see that some bands are, clamoring to get a label. And I feel like some of these labels are getting overwhelmed with bands getting a hold of them. So I hope you're one of the first guys in that they get to listen to, because your music's pretty amazing.
Yeah, thank you. The Secret Glaciers, we are been in contact with an American label, which has been releasing very many good bands like Judas Iscariot.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
Yeah.
So
talks with Moribund Records.
Oh, good. That's really good. So I want to make sure I didn't misread this about playing live shows. Have you ever toured with any of your bands? No. Okay. I was wondering if that was correct, because I thought there's no way, because like I said, I'm listening to this music and I'm like, if he's never toured, that's such a shame. Is that something you look forward to?
Maybe. I'm not quite sure. I was asked by Crystal Darkness to do an opening show for them here in Lillehammer when they played, but I didn't manage to recruit session members.
Oh, man.
Because this is Lillehammer is a city where you either like jazz music, you're doing cross country, or slalom.
Gotcha. So, I'm trying to think of the best way to phrase this. So, your band has been around. Let's talk Stormfront. You said 97, 96, right? 1996, 1997?
Yeah.
About that time. So, do you feel like if you jumped back in, now I know you've got your new band, but is Stormfront still going to happen, or is it completely over with?
Indeed, it's going to happen.
Okay, now is the internet going to be something that's going to help you, or is it something that you're just going to stick with, hoping that a label will pick you up and maybe get released?
I'm going to try a label.
Okay.
I like physical formats. I don't like the digital versions.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. And like I said, once this is done, I want to make sure I get all of your links that we can. I've got some that you've sent to me, and I'm going to put them in the description to this interview. I think that people are surprising me since I've joined my colleague on this promotion, and I really like the fact that they look at these underground bands or bands who are just trying to make it, and they love them. And I think it's great because, true talent lies with the guy who writes the music and the guy who writes the lyrics. It's not a machine that has an algorithm that pops it out and says, we can play this and here's the lyrics. So
that's true.
you see that with pop music a lot. And, I was just discussing with a friend because they tease me because I'm 50 years old. So they make fun of me because I listen to black metal, and they're like, how can you listen to that? And I'm like, every song tells a story. And it does. And it does. And it's you talk about somebody singing these songs, there's feeling behind it. So, with that being said, what was your inspiration to even start this kind of music? And, how did all of it come about for you to start doing it?
Firstly, I started with a fanzine named Nordis, and that's where we had just discovered the church fires and everything. And
oh yeah,
that was the ticket.
I can understand that. So since you mentioned movies, I've got to ask you. I don't even remember the name of it because I thought the movie was not that great. But the movie about mayhem, you know what I'm talking about, correct?
Lords of Chaos?
Yeah, Lords of Chaos. That's right. What was your take on that? Being from Norway, I know that it's with black metal they're big, but what was your take on that movie?
I haven't watched it yet, but I would like to see it. By all means.
How familiar are you with mayhem and how all that played out? Do you I only ask because you're from Norway.
Yeah. I'm a bit familiar with mayhem because Messiah, the first vocalist in mayhem, used to run a pub here in Lillehammer.
Right.
And we got him even got him on a cover song of Pure Fucking Armageddon, vocals with Swedish.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's great. That is great. So, do you have a time frame that you are looking at to get the Stormfront album done and hopefully sent to a label, and also the new band? Anything with that?
For Stormfront, I don't write to write. I need the right inspiration there and then and make music. So I don't. I'm not making any deals or anything with any label until it's done. So I see it as an independent band that I can do whatever I want.
Well, that's the best thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
When you have that musical freedom, that's what's good. You see that a lot where, a band will sign a multi-record deal and then they get roped into doing something that they don't feel is right.
Oh, that's true.
One of the big... Go ahead.
The longest deal we have had is 2 albums with Sting.
I know over here in America we had... well, we're getting a bit choppy here, but well, this is the internet for you. Okay, here we are. We're back now. So what I was going to say was, we were talking about musical freedom there, and it kind of got chopped up right after I said that. So I did want to say that I know that there is one band here. I'm not going to drop their name. They were big in the 70s, and they had such a hard time with the record label that they actually wrote a song about the record label and recorded it for that record label, and it was not good. It was a pretty bad song. I think they wrote 2 songs about the record label, and they just wanted out of their contract, and they eventually got out, but and you know, recorded something else. They're one of the biggest '70s rock bands over here. They're still big today, but you know, that's important too, because you know, you get into something like that, you want to make sure that you have your freedom to write the music you like, and somebody's gonna hear you, and they're gonna fall in love, and they're gonna sign you immediately. I'm sure of it.
Yeah, and with that new drummer I got, he's a very talented guy. He's from Slovakia. He's in quite good band there.
Oh wow, Slovakia?
Yeah.
Oh wow, he's pretty far from home. That's
quite.
Well, that's good. Hey, you know, just that's good, because you know, you get people from different areas of the world. You're gonna make some music that's gonna have some creative sounds in it. That's the best part. You get 5 guys from one area that all like the same thing, your music's gonna sound the same. But you get 5 guys from 5 different areas, you're gonna get some creative, you know, things going on in the music, and I think that's very important.
Yeah, indeed. So be it. It will be no rehearsals or anything. I record my part here, and I will send to him, and he record it there.
So when you record where you're at, so I'm going to assume, and correct me if I'm wrong, you have a drummer, okay? So you're playing guitar and bass and singing.
Yeah.
So how do you do that? I mean, do you just overlap everything? Do you record your guitar, then listen to it and record the bass with it, and then go back and sing? Or do you wait till the drum tracks get added and then sing?
I have actually been doing the left guitar, the right guitar, the center guitar, the lead guitar, and the bass, and the vocals in the end.
Wow. So how long have you been playing? Well, all the instruments. How long have you been playing?
Not so very long. I had to start playing a bit guitar when the first guitarist of Stygmy left the band, because the guy that did the one recording with me on Stormfront, he had learned to play bass, so I had to learn guitar.
How hard was it to learn how to play the instruments?
I prefer playing bass, but I don't know any chords or anything. I just play what I think sounds nice.
Hey, if it works, that's no problem. There was you're familiar with the band The Misfits?
Yeah.
So their guitarist Doyle, I read that was kind of the way it was for him. He's almost 60 years old right now, and he said that within I think it's the past 5 years that he's actually learned how to do certain things on the guitar, because before, like you, he just said, I played what sounded good to me, and he said it never sounded bad, but it's what I liked and it's how I played. But he said somebody taught me some things, and now I can do this. And I thought that was, because you see these guys, they're huge, and you think to yourself, man, I wish I could play like that. And then you hear a story like that, and it's kind of like, wow, that's neat. So I think that's great.
Yeah.
And you sound great. So you have nothing to lose. I promise. I'm excited to get your CD and listen to it, because I'll be listening to this a lot more.
Yeah, that's good to hear. Yeah, I'll just play from the soul and the heart, really. That's how I create the music.
Nice. That's really great.
And I have to make tablatures because I don't remember anything after I'm done recording.
Man, that's like a cook forgetting the recipe. You got to write it down. Yeah. You got to do that. So is there anything that you want to add before we close out this interview? Because I want to make sure we hit on some bases before we close this up.
Yeah, people can remember to visit the Facebook and buy the patch. It's quite cheap. Only 50 made from a guy in Mexico and brought it. Okay. And if you go into the Facebook page, you can also order or find a link to order these shirts. They're quite good.
Sweet. I will make sure we have that link put up on our website today.
Yeah.
Right. It'll go right to your Facebook page, and I will get that done as soon as I'm done here. I want to make sure that people get a hold of you and listen to your music and buy your product, because that's why we're here. That's exactly what we want to do. We want to talk to the guys who make the music, and we want to make sure that people know who you are. So you keep putting the music out, and as soon as you get a label, as soon as you're ready to put something out, give me a shout, and I will make sure I get back on here, and I will put everything I can to promote you as best I can.
Thank you very much.
Hey.
I can also tell you when I start writing music, I don't listen to any metal at all for maybe almost a year, because I don't want to be covered by anything else I listen to.
Yeah, so that'll keep you from, sounding like somebody else. That's for sure. That's good.
Yeah,
that's really good.
Probably mixing a bit of everything that goes in my head.
I love it when people get creative like that, where if you can isolate yourself from listening to the music you love just so you can write your own, you're definitely going to have a good sound. And it shows through this that, I got this on YouTube right now, and it's just on repeat. It's really good. So, and you can see that you obviously have very good musical skills just from the way this album progresses all the way through. And that the beginning is almost a hook, because as soon as you listen to it, it's just that atmosphere. You set the tone, and then it just goes in. It's really good.
I can tell you also the intro and the outro was made by a friend of me in Germany. I've been writing letters with him since 1993, 94, I think.
Okay.
I lost all contact with him, and suddenly found me on Facebook, and he also liked the music, so he asked if he could please contribute, and I said yes.
Awesome. Well, it sounds great. So, hey, man, stay in contact with me and let me know what's going on with you in the future. And as soon as you're ready to do anything, let me know, and we'll get back on here. And next time we'll do this live, and that way we can talk about your albums and your bands and the release dates and all that stuff. So stay in touch, man, and we will talk to you soon, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. Thank you.